Rolly made it back. Thank you. So this will be a shitty show. Just kidding.
Hatred.
All right. So let's get right into it. We will talk She-Hulk episode 4 that came out today, and we will have some predictions for D23, which it will happen this upcoming weekend. So we don't know exactly what's going to happen. You know, these guys are a little bit more experienced on, you know, the whole culture and like the whole reveals, but we'll throw out some predictions because I think we might have something good in our pockets.
One thing. Let me tell you guys.
Yes.
Happy Star Trek Day.
You had to say that today.
I had to say it.
It's
Rolly, you missed it last weekend. That's why it almost got a little heated a little bit. I said save it for the special podcast. I go, this is not the time or place.
The good thing is that I have the power of editing, so I can edit that shit out. Anyway.
Hatred again.
I'm just playing, Z. You're good. Star Trek all the way. I like Spock. First reactions, we're talking about She-Hulk, right? And to give a breakdown, we had a lot of like day-to-day interaction, right? She-Hulk gets the Tinder or match or whatever it's called on the show. Like we see that part of her trying to get, you know, laid or whatever, and I thought that was interesting. For a minute I thought, man, like, is this gonna be another episode without any action, no Daredevil, right? And it's like, you know, but hey, at least Wong is there, so to save the day. And we did get a little action when you know, they were in the theater fighting goblins, right, and throwing them through the portal. So I think that saved the episode a little bit. After watching it a second time, it grew up on me a lot more than the first time. Honestly, the first time I was a little bit like, oh man, like what the fuck? Like I was expecting a lot more, but it's mid-season, right? So usually mid-season, typical of Marvel, we've said it before, that it kind of slows down before it starts punching us in the face. But I want to hear your thoughts. We'll break it down step by step, and I want to hear what you guys thought and what you guys saw that I may have missed.
One thing I liked was amazing is the guest star in this episode. The magician is played by an actor named Reese Coiro, something like that. First of all, he's married to like an executive producer on the show, Kat Cairo, who I think directed this episode too. And on top of that,
nepotism.
He's from one of my favorite shows, Entourage. He played Billy Walsh, the crazy director. So that was a double bonus for me, bro. Yeah. Can you see that? Huh?
Donnie Blaze? That's Donnie Blaze, right?
Yeah. Which I thought was like Ghost Rider related.
That's what I thought too, bro. I was like, wait, is this guy going to be Ghost Rider on the show? But nothing ever came to it.
I don't know.
What I saw from this episode is like, it was almost like watching like those Naked Gun movies, like where they make fun of other movies. You know, it was like almost like a satire of other like shows we've seen. So like going on what you guys are talking about, the magician's name is Donnie Blaze, where what's his name is Johnny Blaze.
Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider's Johnny Blaze, and then they had some sort of hint at Mephisto when that girl falls from the portal with the heart in her hand because she had to give up her soul to save her life, but she couldn't talk about it or she'd ruin everyone else's. It was a lot of weird little things like that, like throughout the whole episode. I'm just like, okay.
You know what?
It was my least favorite episode so far.
What I did like about this was like the buddy comedy aspect of it with Wong and the girl who came out of the portal. Like throughout the episode, they're like watching Sopranos and This Is Us, and she's like giving him spoilers on Sopranos and This Is Us. I thought that was a great like buddy comedy.
What was her name? Like Madeline with a Y, but somewhere.
It was like, sorry. It was like watching Clueless with Paul Rudd being Wong, and Alicia Silverstone being the ditzy girl that we just saw in the episode. It was everything was like a cliche of a past movie or show we've seen.
Come on, Alicia wasn't that bad in Clueless. You gotta admit.
I mean, I just wanted to bang her at that
Yeah,
point.
it was a different time. At that
No,
point,
no
I was
one
just
really
like,
gave it. If she could just shut up, I'd be like, all right, cool. I can be with her.
yeah, I think it.
I can't.
Sorry, go ahead.
No. Finish off.
No, what I was gonna say is, I think after rewatching it, right, and it's easy. I think well, of course, it's easy for us to kind of like have the guy mentality and expecting the show to be like popping and fighting and everything. But after the second watch, I realized that this episode was directed at like the female audience, right? I mean, at least part of it, right? And I think like what they kind of go through, because a couple of things that I paid attention to is like with that dating scene, right? Like, of course, they want to date or whatever, but there's this guy that approaches them, right? Like this creepy guy when they're at the bar, like trying to work, and they're like, hey, he's like, hey, like super blunt, right? Like, hey, can I buy you guys a drink, right? And I think there's a distinction, and it's not that they don't want to date, right? But I think there's a distinction of like, hey, like right now it's not the time, right? And for us guys, we don't know that sometimes, right? Because we probably would be the stupid asses to go talk to a girl when they don't want to be talked to, right? So I think it shows a little bit of that, right?
You know who we are? We're the other guy that she went on a date with as She-Hulk that asked her every like geeky question.
Yes.
We're gonna be that guy. We're like, so what? Can adamantium cut you? That's. I think he's our president. That guy. He should be like our new. We should put him on a T-shirt. Yeah.
He's like our mascot.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting on that scene when she's going through all the dates. It just gave like examples what not to do when you're going out with a girl, and it was just call out after call out. Even to
the worst was the first one, man.
When they were paying, like who's gonna pay, and it was like a showdown. Like it's slow motion, trying to see what's gonna happen.
Yeah, the guy's totally like disengaged, like looking at this. Look, he was actually swiping, right? Because we could hear the noise, like bling bling. He was actually swiping as like we're on the date. But like one like thing that hit real. Yeah, go ahead.
Dude, first of all, dude didn't even reach for his wallet. He was going for his keys, so he intended for her to pay. That was even more messed up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you date a lawyer, right? I mean, come on.
And this guy had no job, no prospects, nothing. I was like, what the hell is he doing dating, dude?
Yeah, but like something that was like pretty real was that, when she became the Hulk or whatever, she dated as the Hulk or she put her profile picture or whatever, like right away she started getting matches. She gets this perfect guy and everything's all good. And the moment he sees her, almost like the next day, right? Like you're hungover and you like see the girl with the lights on, right? And it's like backwards, right? Like, oh shit. And it just hit hard because it's like, oh damn. Like, is that and I'm just speaking not out of experience. Because I've been married for like the last 20 years. So not me, but and not Rolly either.
Sure. Wink, wink.
But it's kind of crazy. It kind of hit me.
You know where they did it wrong? I think they could have picked a better guy to hook up with, a better looking guy. Because like either way, as Jed Walters or She-Hulk, she's pretty hot.
I agree.
And the person they have her hooking up with is this fake pediatrician or whatever he really is, like kid doctor. And man, nothing about that guy looked good. I was like, dude, they just did her wrong.
Right.
Are you serious?
Well, I think it's because he was big, like he would have fit, and he was sweet, like he was understanding, he was listening, and then at the end it was like, oh, just the same. But one thing is that like, I think it's not that Jen Walters is not hot. I think she's hot, right? But I think the interesting part is like the opportunity to be able to get laid with a She-Hulk, right? Like, like I think that separated it, right?
I was reading somewhere. So Marvel actually built a real Tinder profile for She-Hulk.
No way.
No.
Yeah, as promotions. as marketing.
Awesome. That's awesome.
So like they actually did build a real profile. I don't know if it's still up. I'm not one that have Tinder. So Rolly, if you can check.
He has Grinder.
Oh, damn! One right after the other tonight.
But yeah, that's just what happens when you miss an episode. You're gonna get roasted for like the next 1 or 2 episodes,
like right in the
nonstop. Face. But one of the things I wanted to call out too, like in that little scene where she's doing like the speed dating or whatever, where we saw the candidates, like the one guy that was asking all the questions, the one that you mentioned, right? I don't know, man. I think he might be, I don't know, maybe like the leader of the wrecking crew or something, because he was asking like very specific questions, right? Like, oh, is your skin impenetrable? You know, like,
I agree.
You know, like he was asking this very specific, like trying to get answers, and I think that he's gonna be, or maybe Titania's dude. I don't know.
Well, at this point, I think wrecking crew and even this guy that you're talking about, we'll call him Bachelor number 2. Because I think he was the second one to date her on She-Hulk, as She-Hulk form. I think that you're right. I think they're all part of Titania's crew until we figure out if there's a bigger bad involved. At this point, it's Titania and even her boss.
I had a theory. Have you guys talked about this from the last episode, where the guys that randomly try to get her blood?
What about it?
Go ahead.
Do you think it's the boss's kingpin?
Oh.
Well, I think we talked about it a little bit, but as like a brush over, as because we were trying to figure out who's really pulling the strings, type of thing.
Right.
So
that could see that with Daredevil.
Right, and if you actually watch our show, since you missed it, you would have known. No, I'm gonna stop.
Yeah, that's the first thing I was gonna say. Like, you didn't see it, man. Like,
man, loyal.
I did tell him to in the chat before we started today. I was like, at least watch it before we get on.
Here's the thing, like, there's a couple of things in the episode that hinted to very vague things. Like, okay, when that magician's assistant, whoever he brought up on stage, that fell through the portal, then went with Wong, clueless chick, did she go through the dimensions as, like what Doctor Strange did in Multiverse of Madness? Was one of those the dimensions she went through? Or is it, what happened there?
So, let me talk a little bit about that, right? Because I did start reading some of the theories about that, right? And I think you called in one of them about Mephisto. And I'll put the screenshot on the screenshot on the screen, but I'll put the that part of the episode. But if you, and I missed it, actually I saw it twice and I missed it, but in the background you see kind of like these almost like Walking Dead, like heads on sticks, on stakes or whatever. Which kind of makes
are we talking about?
When Madison or whatever, where the Y like falls into the, when Donnie Blaze sends her into this other dimension or whatever, she falls. So we get a glimpse of that, but later, right? So that's why, and later when she crashes Wong's apartment as she spoils The Sopranos, she kind of mentioned this goat-looking thing, right, that you said, and she, promised me to not say anything or whatever. But so Mephisto, but there's also theory out there that it might be Limbo. And I think Limbo, isn't it like ruled by Belasco?
I think with the Mephisto theory, me and Rolly have guessed that a million times when in regards to what were we guessing before?
WandaVision, bro. We kept saying time.
We're like, the big bad behind all this is Mephisto.
We were really deep diving that, like, conspiracy theory level type of
that will be cool. That will be cool. I mean, like, either way. And again,
it's a thing now.
With this, like, it could be nothing, right? But it's crazy how they drop these hints and like gets us to think like what could it be? And I know Belasco's probably a stretch, but because Mephisto has the goat looking face, right? But there's other demons out there.
Also with this episode, they gave us another QR code to get another comic book.
I didn't see that. Where was that?
So it's literally in her profile for matches or whatever it's called. What's their dating
Match.
profile
I think
called?
it was Match.
Yeah,
And it was when
it's
she
in
was
her
creating it.
profile.
Yeah, when she was
Yeah,
like
when
uploading
she's
the picture and everything, it was in there.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, I didn't see it
It's
that time.
as Jen Walters, not as She-Hulk.
You know, before this episode, there's actually 4. You know how this is episode 4? So, with episode 3, there's actually 4 comics given away, or 4 links to comics, and this, I guess, will be number 5. So, I think the first
Yeah,
episode they gave people 2, and then 1 after every episode after that.
no, in the first
No.
episode, it's only 1.
No,
Everyone's
they
got
gave 2.
1. It's all,
No, I'm telling you, they gave 2. One was like a modern one, and one was like a 1980s comic.
No, I think, well,
no,
because
that's
I
episode
scanned
1
them.
and 2. Those are separate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I scanned them too.
Episode 1 was the old one, the 1984,
The original.
and then episode 2 was the new one, the one I think I
Yeah,
put
it was
it on
like a
one of our thumbnails, because I
It's
was
like
scanning them.
2006.
Yeah, like I was scanning them as I could. Although I missed it the first time today, but on the second run I saw it.
Rudy, let me ask you this: how did you scan it? Like, did you pause your TV and
Yep.
walk up to it with your phone and be like,
That's exactly right. Like I was like
Oh,
this.
yeah.
Oh, let me go see it. Let me go scan it.
I'm like, I don't know any other way to do it there, Rolly.
Yeah,
screenshot it if you're watching it on your
Yeah.
phone? I don't know.
you
Like,
can't.
I don't
You
get
can't
it. I
screenshot.
never see them I never see them the first time around. I know, like, when I'm running it through the first time, I never see it.
Yeah,
And then all of a sudden, like, the second time around, like, I'm looking for it. Like, I'm looking for every little thing. Even I was trying to look at the checklist. Remember her little checklist to see if there's anything special? I didn't see anything special, but only thing I saw that was funny was she goes, "Gotta buy purple and green highlighter." I'm like, all right, so purple and green, get it, Hulk.
yeah.
I go, but it wasn't really anything really important in there.
There was something in there that said Lee and something, and I thought that could have been like a shout out to Stan Lee. I can't remember what it was.
Have the shows done any shout outs to Stan Lee's, these recent ones? Because
That's what I was thinking about, movies and everything. Like, I don't know. Like, I haven't noticed anything. I would think we would have noticed too, but like normally you would see a cameo or like a call out to him, or like the cameo would be like a painting or something in the background, like in
the last one I remember was Spider-Man. I think Stan Lee was on the mural with the Doctor from First Avengers that made Captain America, and I think Howard Stark was on there. I think Stan Lee is in the mural. Like, I think he's in. I think you'll see him like in a picture or something.
the adamantium, Hulk versus Wolverine.
Yeah.
She's asking him. He's asking her about that. So
Does it cut him?
Well,
I'm trying to remember Hulk versus Wolverine. Did his claws ever cut him?
So I think they did penetrate him, right? And I think that the theory on this is that adamantium would be able to cut Hulk's skin, but not with Wolverine's force, right? So like if Wolverine is punching him, it's not gonna pierce him, but if I don't know, Thor was punching him or whatever, like someone that's really strong, it would. Like that's kind of like what, but I would say yeah, right?
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, it says compile the positions for Lee and Byron. So I just thought,
I think-
maybe Stan Lee.
I would put money on it where those names mean something. I just don't know what they're referring to. Like every time you see a name, I think it refers to somebody from 1960, God knows when, and I don't know the history long enough to know who those names are and how they're affiliated with Marvel.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah, I think it has to be it because I think John Byrne is like a writer for Marvel too.
There you go.
There you go.
I think my biggest thing is like I just want to see Charlie Cox at this point. Like, to me, this episode was a low factor. Like it wasn't. I get it. You're saying that you have to see it the second time around. You kind of liked it. I still don't really think it was that good of an episode. I'm hoping this, what we saw at the end with Titania suing Jen Walters for the naming rights of She-Hulk. So I'm assuming that Titania is being represented by Charlie Cox at this point.
Yeah.
How? Where else are we going to see him other than that? I mean, it's kind of getting weird.
Exactly. Yeah, like it's a weird. And when I said it grew on me the second time around. Didn't mean like I thought it was the best episode. No, I was like I kind of understood what they were trying to do. Like being a little bit more woke or whatever on the episode. But you're right. Like Titania's not like looking for her to fight her anymore. Like she's suing her, and it's like, okay, like are we really gonna do this? Like, can you picture Thanos like suing Captain America or whatever?
So I just looked up the IMBD, and Charlie Cox is showing up next episode.
Oh.
Yes.
Ooh.
Finally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in a
Does it
show.
say only one episode, or what does it show? How many episodes?
5.
I don't want to know.
So 5 episodes, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Really? I
Five,
thought so.
yeah,
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sorry.
Yeah, you would think, right? Because Wong already has been on 3, right? Bruce was kind of on 2.
Oh. Dude, Wong is in quite a few.
Wong needs to have his own show, bro. he's such a fun character.
So we're gonna see Wong in every episode going forward now.
Awesome. I'll take it. So what else? I mean,
I'm hoping there's still like a surprise guest that they don't have that we have no clue about. I'm
The way
hoping
the show
it's
is going, it would. Like, it seems like they're doing it every day. I mean, every episode.
I'm hoping we see Julie Louis-Dreyfus at the end of episode 9 trying to recruit for Thunderbolts or whatever she's recruiting for. Whatever Black Ops squad she's putting together. Obviously, we all assume it's Thunderbolts. I hope she's trying to get She-Hulk too.
yeah, and I think that's a little bit more where the thing is going with trying to get her blood with the needle thing, right? Like you were talking about last week that Brody didn't
That's
see.
a good point. That's a good point. They might be trying to get her blood to create their own version of Hulk, which is Red Hulk.
Exactly.
So I hope they get the blood because I want to see Red Hulk.
That would be awesome, actually.
Now, you think it would be from She-Hulk or from Hulk?
Well, because of how Red Hulk can have a normal conversation in Hulk form, even without what we talked about last week, where he doesn't have to go through that big binder of training to be Professor Hulk. I think with Red Hulk being able to talk immediately, it's got to be from She-Hulk, where all that blood is already synthesized properly. Her bloodstream and how they broke it down in the first episode is the one that helped cure Bruce Banner or his arm. And so then going forward, I'd have to say that it'd have to be Red Hulk getting his blood from She-Hulk.
That would be cool, man. That would be cool to see that.
Yeah, I mean,
another thing I was going to say about, how, remember in the first episode we were mentioning about, breaking the fourth wall?
Yeah.
And it's a thing. She does it every
dude, this episode she did it a lot, though.
And it works, though, because I like how, like, hey, guys, I guess you got to see Wong again. Or like, oh, what a way to end the episode. I like that part of the show. Like, I thought they were going to kill it, but it worked.
I told you guys in the first episode that I didn't want them to constantly break the wall, and I felt like this one did it a little too much. Like, I want to see a breaking of a wall once or twice in a good, funny mode. I don't need to be, like, informed when you're telling us about breaking the wall. Just make it, like, part of the scenario, and then make me laugh a little bit. I like the beginning one, when then she goes, guess what, guys? Wong is in the episode, so everyone's safe. Yeah, so I like that one. But, like, to constantly keep breaking the fourth wall, it's just like, all right, don't keep going to the same joke over and over again.
Yeah, or like the little ones, like when I think it was last episode when she's like, and this is how we like, and this is story A and B come together and shit, and it was just like a quick thing, and it's like, okay, that worked.
Yeah.
But what else? I think we covered everything. Except for Wong having a girlfriend now. I think that's pretty badass.
Is it a girlfriend, or is it just his like friend or whatever?
So, the last thing I want to add is that it's funny because I was going through different like podcasts and streams, and I guess there was I guess both Tatiana Maslany and Ryan Reynolds are both Canadian. So she actually asked if we can have maybe in like the marketing them both breaking the fourth wall, talking about breaking the fourth wall towards each other.
What's this
Like,
about?
Oh, that would be funny.
like having like a Canadian version of breaking the fourth wall. And I'm like, since they're both their characters break the fourth wall constantly, I go, that'd be pretty funny. Like a little marketing skit.
There was one thing I found funny when she like they interviewed her like how did it feel like getting cast and this and that. She's like, you know what's funny? You know how oh no, they were talking about Deadpool too. They're like, you know how Deadpool is from Saskatchewan, Canada? She's like, that's where I'm from. So Kevin Feige kind of what's that movie with the Leonardo DiCaprio where it's like all dreams and stuff?
Inception.
He's like he inceptioned me into She-Hulk. She's like he inceptioned me into She-Hulk. I think into my mother's womb and into She-Hulk. I was like, oh, that's good. That's good.
All right. But hopefully going forward, the episodes get better now that Charlie Cox is showing up, and we see a lot more action that we've been seeing. Because, like you said, Rudy, that I think they need to pick it up a pace with the action.
Agreed.
Magic wise, you know what was cool about this one? You know how the portal, it's like a fire ring or whatever. I liked how when he was about to close the one that Donnie Blaze opened up, he grabbed it and used it like a lasso and like grabbed all the demons and threw the one he opened. I thought that was kind of cool. I never saw that in any of the Doctor Strange movies or even from Doctor Strange himself.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And then also like the nonchalantness, right, of She-Hulk. Like you would think, because she got mugged right last episode, and it was like nothing. And now she's seeing goblins that grow, and she's like nonchalant, like I'm just gonna destroy these motherfuckers, right? Like not freaking out at all, which is crazy.
She's got she got Hulk cockiness because she's like, yeah, okay, my skin's impenetrable.
The other thing, do you guys? Well, Z, do you remember Agents of Shield, Ghost Rider?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He kind of
Opens a portal, kind of like
with the fire chain.
Yeah. So maybe there is something because they use Donnie Blaze. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
One thing that I forgot to mention is that Donnie Blaze, I don't know if you guys caught that he has like a little chain, like a pendant that with a head that looks like Khonshu, bro.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
So
I didn't see that.
yeah,
I didn't see that.
so if you go
good call.
back and some other people are started calling it already, so I'm pretty sure you can Google it. Yeah, I don't know if it is, but it resembles
It looks
like
like it, yeah.
99% Khonshu, bro.
I didn't notice that. No.
Yeah.
Well, man, hopefully all this comes about somehow. Like, to other attaching themselves to other shows and movies and shit like that, because I needed to pick up a little bit, like seriously.
Absolutely. I 100% agree.
I like how they used to connect everything, but like it's not really hitting the mark. Like, for example, Moon Knight. Like, it's a standalone show basically because it doesn't really connect to anything else in the universe.
Yeah,
Event-
nothing yet.
Right. And then the other thing is, if you have noticed, like we don't have second part of these shows, right? Like WandaVision already came out, like almost 2 years ago? Like there's no second part. Now, of course, we see where she's at in like Doctor Strange or whatever. It's like a one-time thing, and that's it, right? It's not like
Well, I think
Mandalorian season 3.
this is a perfect segue. This is a perfect segue into our next segment of what we think was going to being announced on D23 with the shows that are possibly coming out, all the movies, and how they might attach themselves to what we're seeing now.
All right, so who can give us a breakdown, right? I think JMO or Rolly, you guys have seen this before. For people that don't know what we're talking about on D23, like, can you guys give us a quick breakdown of what this is so that they can have an idea of what we're going to talk about?
What Disney did was they said, you know what, we want more limelight. We're like, we're not getting enough limelight. We don't want to share the stage with the people of Comic-Con. and they said, you know what, we're big enough to where we can announce a bunch of shit on our own. So everything from the gaming aspect, any cartoons or sitcoms you could talk about, anything attached to Disney. So that includes Star Wars, Marvel, Pixar. So whatever you can think of, now they have a whole weekend to themselves, where constantly they could be approaching people and going, "Here's what's coming out. Here's why you should sign up for Disney Plus, and here's why you could shell out a shit ton of money at our movies." So Disney's doing it right. They're pretty much trying to monopolize their own little corner of the world,
Nice.
which I love, because anytime there's more announcements and more hype, I'm in for it. So going forward,
They're like using
ahead.
Comic-Con as a teaser, and then D23 is like the main show, the main movie, or whatever you want to equate it to. But that's what it seems like to me.
I think with Comic-Con, I think their presentation was maybe an hour. I think with D23, it's broken down into days. Each little nugget of Disney is going to have its own day. I think it's starting tomorrow, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Starting
they have
tomorrow?
a schedule out already. Or what's coming out on
I
what
think-
day, what hour.
I think Rudy would be good if you can find the schedule and just pop it in when you're editing this episode. That'd be
Yep.
great,
You got it.
and that way people are knowing what's going on. And this pretty much segues to what we think and what we want to see come out. I mean, what are we hyped about? We already know what's coming out in Phase 5, from Ant-Man to Thunderbolts to
Secret
I think
Invasion.
Loki season 2 is coming out. Which
the only
chimes
Disney
in
show
perfect.
with the season 2, yeah, or Marvel show.
And I guess what you can say, the way you brought up WandaVision, kind of what attaches itself is that Agatha piece.
So that's a
And it's gonna be. I mean, somehow they're gonna have to play a role with WandaVision in there. I mean, I don't know how else you avoid it.
Wanda or
Phase,
Vision.
look at you.
Yeah,
Look,
because
what
we don't
if
know where the
Wanda-
hell Vision is, right? Or
What
what
if Wanda
Vision?
comes back? What if Wanda comes back on Agatha? That's how they bring her
Well, I
back.
mean, we don't even know if she's dead. I mean, technically.
I mean,
you
she
know-
seems to be dead, or
She's
like
not dead. There's no fucking way.
I don't know. Well, I don't know.
Remember,
She's a
when you don't.
multi-dimensional, but
But when you don't see it, when you don't see a body, she ain't dead.
Nah, she's a Scarlet
True that.
Witch, bro. She can't. She's not dead. So what?
And
So and just to add something on there, right? I think, and we were talking a little bit before the podcast, but these would be things coming out Phase 6, right? Like in the Marvel universe, for example, because they announced pretty much Phase 5 already, right? Like top to bottom, but only a few items on 6. So I'm thinking that, well, Marvel wise, we'll see a lot more there, right?
yeah, Phase 6. They only gave us info on Fantastic Four and the 2 Avengers movies, so everything is going to be. I mean, hopefully, they're going to give us the rest of the time. What is it? What's coming out in Phase 6? The lineup of Phase 6.
I'm hoping to see what trailers they pop up.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna see it. We're gonna finally get to see the Ant-Man and Wasp trailer. I think we're gonna finally see possibly Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. They're probably gonna deep dive more into Wakanda, because it's the next movie out. And I think we might even see something about Secret Wars with Samuel L. Jackson.
Mm.
And let's not forget, they just made a big announcement of supposedly bringing in Esposito, Denzel Washington, John Boyega,
Henry Cavill.
John Krasinski. See, the Henry Cavill thing, I don't know. I hope to see it, but we've heard too many rumors about him coming back as Superman, so I can't see him having 2 up-and-coming movies from both sides of the world.
True.
So that's what I don't get.
I mean,
but like,
from what I know, or from what I've heard online and everything, is the new CEO of WB wants him back as Superman immediately, and he wants his Superman movie done immediately. So if that's true, there's no way he's coming to Marvel. But a lot of online rumors are that he has joined the MCU as basically the equivalent of the MCU Superman. I can't remember what the name is right now, but he kind of looks like Nuclear Man from Superman 4. It was like a black and gold, I don't know, costume. But we'll see.
It's a
Okay, so, like,
Hyperion. That's his name.
The Hyperion. There you go.
Is he coming back as Hyperion or like what's his
Captain
name?
Britain.
The one with the
There's been so many
Captain
rumors
Britain.
for like, yeah. So it's like I'm with James on that. Like it's a lot rumors on that guy. That I'm like, you know what? Until I see his official, I kind of gave up on that.
Yeah, I think it would be a little weird, right, to make him like a Superman type character.
It's just he's got such a footprint on Superman. It's kind of hard to see him in. It'd be a hard sell for people seeing him on the MCU side as something equivalent to Superman, I should say.
Exactly, I agree. All right, so let's jump into the predictions. So, what do you guys think? Should we all do one, or what do we think?
All right.
I'm excited.
Here's what we'll do.
I want to throw names out there that I don't even know if it's possible, but
Okay. I'm just gonna call you guys out, and you tell me one movie that you think is gonna be announced that you've heard about. So, Rudy,
that I've
give it
heard
to me.
about.
Yeah. That your gut feeling of what you think is gonna pop up for Phase 6.
So this is my gut feeling, and I think it may be too soon. But if we're talking Phase 6, we're talking about like 2 years down the line, right? Probably more. But I don't know if this is more not a gut feeling, but like a really want feeling. I want Namor to have his movie. You know,
His own movie, Namor.
his own movie. And I think that they're going to give us a little taste right now on Wakanda Forever. But I am hoping that they give him his own thing. And I know he's getting a lot of heat right now because he's not like as built as like Namor, the comic book character. But I think there's something there, man. He's just too huge. I mean, Aquaman has his fucking movie, bro. So he needs his own movie. That's my vote.
I got
Before we jump into the next one, do you think they're going to come out with a Namor movie this close to the Wakanda movie? Because you've seen it in the past where some of these movies take like 3 to 4 years to come out.
So, yeah.
I mean, they always get announced at a certain point, but like earlier, but we don't see them for such a long time. I'm glad that you chose Namor, but I mean, like it's kind of a quick turnaround. In my eyes.
I think so, right? But we're Wakanda's coming out next month, right? So 2022.
Yes.
Who's to say that 2024, right?
Yeah.
Because it would kind of match the timeline, right? Because it's not really his movie. I mean, we've seen Captain America movie come out 1 year, and then his in Avengers the next year, right? So,
it could happen. I mean, I just looked at the dates. It could happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's wishful thinking. I know it's a stretch, but that's a character that I really like and would like them to develop.
Yeah, because Phase 6 is happening between 2024 and 2025.
Mm-hmm.
So it could happen. In the
tail end of it.
I mean, he could go at the later half, like 2025. So that would be a good enough time in between for him to get his own movie.
So we got Namor for Rudy. Yeah, we got it. Go ahead, Encyclopedia.
I just popped in my head right now, but I'm gonna hate and go with the Deadpool 3, or if they don't do that soon. Well, actually, I heard Ryan Reynolds is starting to get in shape right now for Deadpool 3, so that actually seems more likely. But I mean, lately we've been getting hints of mutants, so it could be the new X-Men movie or at least Wolverine movie. So
pick one.
Those
you just said 3.
Pick one.
I said two.
No, you said
so
mutants.
one.
You said Wolverine. You said pick one. You ball hog.
Deadpool 3. I'm going with that one. That's my vote. I think he's going to come out 2024 Deadpool 3.
I have a feeling you just ruined Rolly's and J-Mo's picks.
Jesus Christ.
I got it's okay, but man.
Go ahead, Rolly. Well, give me a good one.
Spider-Man. And I'll tell you why.
Ooh, yes.
Okay.
The Sony has to come out with something, or else they lose the rights to that. Tom Holland
Okay, let me
has a negotiation right now.
Well, let me ask you this, Rolly. Hang on. Hold your tongue for a second. Let me ask you this. If there's a Spider-Man 4, what would you call it?
What home title would you add?
Because that's exactly my point. They keep saying home in every single one of them.
Well, actually,
Homeless?
What is it?
I don't
What'd you
know.
say?
I thought this was
Homeless.
the home. I thought this was the home trilogy.
Bro, Z, let me talk here for a second. Hold on.
All right, sorry. Go
Spider-Man
ahead.
trilogy. Sony's gonna renew a contract with Tom Holland, and they're gonna announce it tomorrow. That's my prediction.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's a good
So
prediction.
okay. So it could be Spider-Man 4, A New Home. Because he's going to
That would be
Sony.
after Homeless. That would be after
Homeless.
That's my prediction,
Well,
and Zaya, you took away my Deadpool. I really wanted to say that.
10 years later, Spider-Man home wrecker, and he's like all drunk beating his wife.
Is it going to be? Is it going to be home in the title again? Because I thought this was like the home trilogy,
No,
and then going forward, it's going to be something else.
I was just making that up because
Yeah.
all you keep hearing about is Far From Home and No Way Home and Home Away From Home and whatever else is called.
Home run.
Homecoming.
He finally gets laid with Zendaya, and it's home run.
Home Alone.
If she remembers him,
Hey, yo, that's right. I forgot about that. Damn. Good pick,
I think
Rolly.
I'll be honest with you. Like for me, I think just because of how everything's being set up with She-Hulk, Thunderbolts, I think we're finally going to see World War Hulk. I think it's finally going to come out. I think it's going to end up being announced late in Phase 6, where Hulk will be like Berserker Hulk. He'll be a bad Hulk. That's my prediction. I think he's going to be the bad guy. Professor Hulk will not exist in that movie, and then maybe not in the beginning. And I think that's the way Mark Ruffalo sees his way out of Hulk. I think that's his swan song. You know, I think that's going to come late 2025, maybe even in between the two Avengers movies. But who knows? Maybe that'd be too many blockbusters, crazy movies in a row.
Yeah, because, yeah.
Do you think like She-Hulk is going to take over then, like as the Hulk of
Yes.
the movies? Oh,
Yes. I mean, I think that's what they're setting up with Hawkeye. I think now that we have Kate Bishop, I think a lot of these actors are like, okay, dude, I've done it. I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
I think the new people are going to be part of the
I've done
young
a 10-year
Avengers.
run.
Yeah, I think
I mean-
replacements are going to be the young ones.
I mean, that's a good segue for what you just said, Rolly. So what do we predict on shows? Rolly, I'm going to start with you since, Zaya likes to talk too much.
Moon Knight Season 2.
what did you say?
Moon Knight Season 2. When did Moon Knight come out? This year, right?
This year.
Yes.
Yeah, it can happen. Do you think Moon Knight comes out first or like Hawkeye?
I hope
Well, never mind.
I
Hawkeye.
think we're done with Hawkeye.
No more Hawkeyes, you think?
I think there might be. I mean, well, yeah, I don't know.
Well, okay, so I got Rolly. He said Moon Knight Season 2. Z,
Yo,
what's your prediction for a show?
show. I don't know. I don't know. Come back to me. I gotta
All right.
think on that one.
Rudy, what do you think for shows?
This is hard, and this is assuming that they bring the X-Men back.
Okay.
So, and I don't know, there's no hints, there's no clues. This is just another wishful thinking one because I'm like a noob at D23. But I think it would be really awesome if they start introducing some of these mutants, and I would love to see a Gambit show, bro.
I've been dying for Gambit since the
'Cause, like-
Wolverine movie, man.
Because I think that if they can incorporate it in a movie, it would be a nice, easy way to like introduce them.
All right, would you want Gambit in young version or what you've known? version, like the regular older Gambit.
Yeah, I think if they, do anything and also based on like a little bit of Ms. Marvel, I think probably young version.
I mean, it's possible because I mean they can just attach them to Young Avengers then too.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But I don't know, right? Like it's another stretch, but it's just another one of those wishful thinking shows that I will definitely want to see. So if you're listening, do it.
Who, Kevin Feige?
Yeah.
Are you sending shout outs to Kevin Feige?
I'll edit the names later because there's a
Kevin
bunch.
Feige.
I'll
Or
send direct
anyone at
messages.
Disney. Anyone at Disney, kick it up to Kevin Feige or Marvel. Kick it up to them.
I think my prediction, which I kind of want to see this only because of the Miss Marvel movie that's coming out in Phase 5, Guardians coming out as well. I want to see something with Nova, like the Nova Corps,
Oh, that's
Nova
a good
him's
one.
Nova Prime. I want to see him in the show. I want to see a Nova Prime show because I think that story can fit in good in a possible, not just Young Avengers, but even like maybe like take the cartoon aspect of it and team up with Spider-Man.
That's what I
He's
was
been
gonna
with
say.
Spider-Man. I want to see something like that because I want like the young version of Nova to be the same age as Peter Parker. That's what I want to go for. Like, I mean, I think that'll play in nicely with staying in the aspects of seeing both on Earth heroes, in space heroes, magical heroes, whatever. We have to keep that run going.
Yeah, that would be really cool, man. If they start doing that group of superheroes via Spider-Man too. Like getting
I thought they
Firestar,
announced
Nova.
Nova Corps before. Did they not?
They keep everything's a rumor. Nothing's been
Okay.
announced yet. Everything's
I
a
thought that
rumor
was
so far.
announced, but I guess you're right.
See?
Yeah.
What'd you say,
They-
Rolly? Say it one more time.
I thought that Nova Corps was already announced before.
Oh,
But
I don't know.
They've been
But I
wanting
never
to bring in Nova Corps since like the first Guardians movie.
I mean,
So-
his story is good because, like, think about it. His planet is destroyed. There's nobody else from his planet, so he's the only Nova left. He's Nova Prime now, and that's it. So Z, going back to you. What do you want to see as a show?
All right, here's my idea, and tell me what you guys think. You know how
Only
we're-
one
we're-
idea. One
I know.
idea.
I know, and it'll build into the movies how they're doing all these shows where
Okay.
they have like they do a show about like the Xavier School for Special Gifted Children, and then they'll bring in like these new mutants who could potentially become like Young Avengers or anything like that, or they could even like bring in like Kate Bishop for like to be a teacher or like She-Hulk, all these guest stars as teachers or even students. But these students will be potentially like the next Young Avengers or a different team that they could build into a movie. So I don't know. That could be a good. So, like I said from the beginning, since they're talking about mutants,
think-
and gifted. So I don't know.
I think what you're proposing is if they do it smart, like all these young people that we are seeing now, even Spider-Man can come. Like these are all Spider-Man aged people, students in Xavier's school. I
Miss
think that would
Marvel.
be. Yeah, exactly. Everyone that we've seen so far that's been newly introduced and a young person.
A Bishop,
Bring 'em
high school, college aged like kids or whatnot.
Yeah,
They could
I mean,
bring them in.
with Wakanda. We're going to be introduced to Ironheart. Bring her in.
There you go.
She could be part of the Stark science class. And
They
the
could be.
hologram version of Stark is coming up to teach you.
Oh, that would be
They,
awesome.
And
That could
we
be-
have,
that could
what's
be one.
her name's going to be introduced too? Ant-Man's daughter. She's going to have a suit.
yes, she's gonna have a suit in Ant-Man 3. Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to know, Rudy. I want to know what the name of her character is going to be, like the special character, like not Ant-Man, not Wasp. I think she's called
Stinger.
something. Stinger, maybe.
Stinger, yeah.
Stinger.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
so.
She can. That honestly, like if they can do your idea, Z, that would be sick because that would be a great way of introducing Young Avengers.
Hell
They
yeah.
have to go because, like, let's be honest. I mean, now that there's no Stark, that area where we had Avengers building, not tower, is gone. It's rubble. Where are they going to teach these kids? like a proper way of being superheroes or whatever they're going to be. And that way you can even see some villains come out of that school. No, I mean, I think these predictions are good. I mean, there's so many more that are going to be announced. I think we're, like I told you guys in the beginning, we've already seen that they announced 3 movies. I think they're going to announce another 3 more movies, 3 or 4, and I think they're going to announce another 4 shows to fill out, because I think with Phase 5, it's 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So far, on Phase 5, there's 12 total.
Mm-hmm.
So in Phase 6, there's no shows at all. They haven't told us any shows at all in Phase 6. So
I think they did it on purpose, because I think they're going to be a couple of them, like Rolly said, season 2 of Moon Knight, maybe a season 2 of Hawkeye. I'm hoping, because I think that's so far has been my favorite show. Just because like the Kingpin shocked the shit out of me, and I just love how they filmed it. And so I think we're looking towards another 8 or 9 things to be announced. So coming up in Phase 6.
Sweet.
And what do you guys think non-Marvel will they announce? Like non-Marvel things like but didn't we already
know Indiana Jones, right? That's gonna be the trailer. I'm hoping for the trailer.
Now that should have gotten rebooted already.
Ooh, Matt Mikkelsen is gonna be in it.
Yeah. He always plays a good bad guy.
Yeah, he played Hannibal, bro.
Remember in
Mads? Okay, yeah. I know who you're talking about.
So no, Shia LaBeouf is not in it.
No, LaBeouf.
No, maybe they kill his son, and that's why he's not in it, and that's what this is all about. Other than that, I mean, movie-wise, I don't know what else they're going to come up with, but I'm more hyped up. I'm hoping for the Spider-Man 2 trailer for the game for PS5, because I'm super hyped on that game. Because they've already introduced. It's going to be a game with Spider-Man that we know, that looks like Tom Holland when he takes his mask off, and Miles Morales is in the game. They're introducing Venom in this game.
Nice.
And what's funny is the guy that played Candyman, is going to be the voice of Venom.
Tony Todd?
Yep, Tony Todd is going to. That scary motherfucker is going to be all bass in his voice, trying to be, I'm Venom.
Another Star Trek actor.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, all right.
Was he in Star Trek?
We're almost. Yeah.
He was. He was in Star Trek Deep Space Nine as an older version of the main character's son. He played Jake Sisko's future version self.
Oh, and Indiana Jones is being directed by James Mangold, the guy that did Logan.
Logan, yeah.
This movie's gonna be sick. As long as he's behind it, he's gonna be sick.
All right, let me ask you guys this: you think they're gonna announce Fantastic Four cast?
Yes.
I hope so. Oh my God, yes.
I think we're gonna see a lot. I think we're gonna see a lot of cast members announced.
Who do you think will be like the Invisible Girl or his wife?
I don't think it's gonna be John Krasinski's wife. It's not gonna be Emma.
You know, Emily Blunt.
No,
I mean, the fans got John Krasinski casted. Why not his wife? They've been lobbying for her.
I don't think we can afford it.
What, bro? She's already in the Disney family. You know, she did Mary Poppins. She did Jungle Cruise. She's pro Disney, so she could be in the Fantastic Four movie.
I think it all depends on if she wants to do it, and I don't think she wants to do it.
She's worked with her husband too before. I mean, she did the first Quiet Place with him as an actor and director, and she did the second one with him as a director. So I mean, they've worked together before. Why not?
No, I get it.
Getting paid by Emily Blunt for this.
I swear to God, I get it. Listen, we know you're pro Emily. Got it.
Yes.
Put your penis away.
Yeah, that's the internet agrees. Like everywhere I look, it's looking Emily Blunt, but we'll see.
I still think it's still John Krasinski going to be announced, and I don't think it's going to be Emily Blunt.
Are you sure
Just-
not the guy from
no.
the show You is gonna be?
Oh God, I hope not.
You
Gossip
ruined my
Girl
life
guy?
with that. You
Gossip
ruined my
Girl
life
guy?
with that. Paige, whatever his name,
Penn
Pageant?
Badgley. Penn Badgley.
Penn
Penn?
does
Badgley.
Penn does dick.
Over here in this
Alama?
in this website, they have Terry Crews to play Ben Grimm.
Oh.
Can you imagine like him
gonna-
like doing
he's
his
gonna be-
dances?
He's gonna be popping and locking and shit too. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Oh my
put your-
god,
Put your boobies away, man.
that's awesome. All right, yeah, and one thing that I don't know, man. I think that it would be cool for them to do like a Mace Windu show, kind of like how they did Obi-Wan Kenobi or like one of the other Jedi. I think.
Oh, I'm back in your play. Are they gonna announce a new movie? Because we haven't seen a Star Wars movie in a minute now.
So I don't know if I dreamt this or I read it somewhere or whatever, but something about like a prequel of Rogue One. And
That's
I know
a
that,
show.
and that, well, Andor is coming out like next
Andor,
month, but
yeah.
there's, and
That's it.
obviously it's a prequel, but maybe that's what
That
I'm
wasn't
thinking
a
of.
dream, bro. What's wrong with
That's reality.
That's happening.
Oh shit!
I think
Am I alive?
I know. Listen, here's what it is. You didn't pour yourself a good drink.
I didn't.
Maybe
It's a work night.
So I mean, I'm hoping to see a real Star Wars movie, and I hope to God that Jon Favreau's involved or Dave Filoni's involved.
This is
What-
what
what's
I
up,
heard.
what's up?
This is what I heard, that they're going to make a Star Wars movie. That it's again with these prequels, but like a 200-year before like Empire Strikes Back, and that one of the characters is gonna be the guy from Squid Games, the Asian guy, the Korean guy from Squid Games, is like rumored to be casted for this like prequel movie. I don't know what it's gonna be called, but it's
Is it
probably
gonna be
be something completely different.
Is it going to be something like Knights of the Round Table?
I don't know. I'll have to look.
I saw that too.
I mean, I hope so. I'd rather see that than any of these stupid Star Trek things they've been pulling out lately. The Star Trek movies have been garbage. Let's be honest. The shows have only been saving them. The Star Trek movies have been shit after the first one.
You didn't like what's
No,
his name?
I just said shit. No,
You didn't
I
like
said
Chris Pine? You didn't like
only
Chris
in the
Pine's?
first. Only in the first one. Only in the first one. The first
You're right,
one was
Rudy.
genius. The
Squid Game
first one was genius.
Star Wars: The Acolyte.
Guys, like I've said
there
in
you
the
go.
past, where these companies choose money over quality, expediency over quality, they had
It's
I don't know
it's
the
the one-
original. Go ahead.
It's the one thing J.J. Abrams did right was that first Star Trek movie, and then he shit the bed with the Star Wars movies, and he shouldn't have gotten paid. But like the Star Trek movies that came after the remake of the first Star Trek with Chris Pine and I forgot who played Spock,
The guy
was garbage.
Oh, the guy from Heroes.
Heroes. I think he played the perfect Spock. I think Chris Pine played a great Kirk. And I love the story of the first Star Trek. I think going back in time and bringing in the original Spock and how they played that was genius.
Yeah, I really like those.
And then afterwards, it was what the fuck. Khan coming back as Benedict Cumberbatch. That didn't even do it for me.
Did they even officially call him Khan in the movie?
Yes,
Oh, they
yes.
did. They did. I remember Spock. Khan. Yeah. But
Yeah.
like I said, these companies, a director has a vision for a trilogy. He starts it up. He does the first one. They love it, and we love it. And then he's like, "Give me some time. I want to finish this project, and I'll come back to do the second one." Nah, we're just gonna hire this guy and do part 2. Whatever. And that one wasn't as good as everyone they wanted, and everyone like us wanted. And same thing with part 3. And then the only good thing I've heard that was possibly going to be good was with Chris Hemsworth coming back as the father. Was
Yeah,
it
they've been
Chris?
they've been talking about him playing Captain Kirk's dad.
Yeah, like kind of like how Spock. There was two Spocks.
We'll see. We'll see what predictions come true. What they announce this weekend.
Just to clear everything, there's no Star Trek at this D23.
Yeah, no shit.
Thank God.
I mean, we're missing it. We're missing it all right now. Right now, it's Star Trek Day. They could be telling us right now what's going to be in Star
Well,
Trek, like the new Star Trek 4.
Tell Paramount, get your shit together and announce something today.
All right, this is
Samaritan.
a little segue. I'm going to hate a little bit. The thing I've been dying for them to actually make finally, Paramount. Sorry, I know we're on Disney right now, but a little segue is the Michelle Yao spinoff, Section 31, where she's like the star of the show. I've been dying for them to make that, and they keep delaying it. They keep bringing it. They started Stranger Worlds. They started the next season of Discovery. I'm like, come on, bring her show out already. We need. They did Picard season 2 and 3 at one time. What
Is
the
this
hell?
still Star Trek? I don't understand what this is talking
Listen, bro. I don't know why we're talking about this crappy ass Paramount
Hey.
when it's a Disney moment.
Whatever.
I'll watch them.
Star
I'll
Trek.
watch them. I'll watch them, dude.
Oh, life.
All right. So with that, any other predictions? Anything else? I think we're at the top of the hour.
No,
and we
just super hyped to see what's going to come out.
all right. So what we'll do is that we'll try to, and when I say we, Zaya, we'll try to give you guys updates on what comes out. Please follow us on Instagram. We have a Facebook account now, Twitter account, TikTok, all that stuff.
Start throwing links on the.
Yes.
Spotify, Apple Podcasts,
But
YouTube.
yeah, I was gonna say, most importantly, Spotify. You can listen to the podcast there. You can watch our videos there. It's all in one stop. But for the quick updates, I think Instagram is probably gonna be the best, avenue for the predictions. And we'll keep you guys informed. You guys keep me informed, and then we'll see you guys next week.
Oh,
YouTube,
I forgot. Guys, we forgot to
What?
give a shout out to Z for his birthday.
Oh,
Thank you.
Hey.
Thank you.
On Star Trek Day, man. No wonder you got a hard on for these people.
Day before.
I think he just made that
We're
shit
like
up.
this. We're like this. Day before.
Happy birthday, Z.
He made one of those up. Either it's not his birthday or it's not Star Trek Day, but he kind of made that shit up.
September 7th was my birthday. September 8th, Star Trek Day.
Yeah, we'll need
We
to see
each got our own
certificate.
special days. We each got our own special days.
We need to fact check this when we get
Go
it.
ahead, guys.
Yeah.
Go ahead, guys.
Happy birthday, Z.
Happy
Thank
birthday,
you very
dude.
much.
And
Thanks, guys.
And with that, we'll call it for today. But thank you guys, and then we'll see you all next week. Peace.